I met the girl. I did not think I was doing anything wrong at the moment. For your prurient interests only. His father was okay with me dating her. At 14 years of age, he didn't understand and appreciate that might be wrong or illegal. What?
This is a case where this was a consensual relationship, was known by the victim's father, evidently, according to the defendant. I don't see anything from the victim's father in here saying that, but looking at it, I don't think that the defendant appreciates this being a crime. He says in his statement he didn't think he was doing anything wrong because everybody knew about it and he was doing it. I think 31 at the time. And that's just not legal. It's not moral. It's just not right. But taking into consideration of the fact that this was a consensual relationship, the state has limited his exposure to 5 years. But unfortunately, I think looking at this, you just can't get away from the fact that this was a child and that the child wasn't old enough to make the decision that she made to enter into a relationship with someone, and no one else protected her. So we would ask for the 5 years prison. I think that's fair under the circumstances.
This wasn't just a one-time deal. If you had looked into it and with the police report, this was an ongoing relationship. In fact, they probably would have ended up married. Good, bad, indifferent, illegal. I'm not telling you that it's right or justified, but that's just the way it happened. One of the things, too, Your Honor, is that when he was approached by law enforcement, and I believe this is on.
Anything you want to say, sir?
¿Algo que usted quiera decir? No.
He is currently still employed. Judge works almost every day for extended periods of time. He does have 4 children that he still.
According to the defendant's version, he wrote to the police in his statement that I met the girl. His father was okay with me dating her. Maybe it was her father.
Her father.
He didn't have any objection at the beginning. They both knew my age as well. When he did have something to say, we ended the relationship. I did not think I was doing anything wrong at the moment. But in looking at the police report, here in the pre-sentence report, it was the father who called the police and reported the situation with his daughter. Obviously, the father was.
Well, something happened between the father and him, which escalated. If you looked into the police reports, they were going places, they were dating on that. And that was discussions that I had between the district attorney and myself, and something like. And he did say, I didn't know I was doing at the time, and he didn't realize it, that you can't be doing that.
Who's he? He said, no, I'm sorry, he's at 14 years of age. He didn't understand and appreciate that might be wrong or illegal.
No.
Even looking at his statement in the pre-sentence report, that first little sign, that first line that his nephew interpreted, it said, I was with a minor.
Right, because that was after I had to explain to him, after he retained me. No, because that was one of their, not getting into attorney-client privilege, but that the statute says you can't do that. And that's the reason why we're here today with a plea because it is wrong. And he acknowledges that it was a different set of facts. And certainly, I mean, understand. After the fact, you realize, and that's, again,
I understand.
You know,
But you, just nature being the way it is, it was amazing she wasn't impregnated.
absolutely.
So at 14 years of age,
Absolutely.
and then how does everybody explain that away legally? It doesn't. It's just under 14, you are all aggravated type offenses. This one, but nonetheless, the historical reasons for this type of law are just morally based, that are American fundamental moral rights that are believed to be
And I agree with you.
decent
I
versus indecent. The state is asking for,
5 years.
and
for 10 years, Judge.
all right. Is there anything else you would like to add, Mr. Salinas?
No. No. ¿Quieres decir algo?
No sé, pues como la muchacha ya había tenido dos parejas civiles y mayores.
She previously had two other partners who were also older gentlemen.
That makes it right?
Yes, so quiero decir que es como.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, you think that makes it right?
¿Tú piensas que eso es correcto?
Como correcto.
Estar con un menor de edad.
No.
No.
No. That doesn't make it right.
Quiere decir que es correcto.
Adults are supposed to be responsible. Children aren't held to that same responsibility. They're children. Adults are supposed to have self-control and follow the law. All you did was victim twice for your prurient interests only. To find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this most serious offense, felony. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 5 years. You must register as in the state of Texas. Failing to properly register places you in a situation where you can be charged with additional felony offenses for. Do you understand, sir, what has happened today? You can't hurt, you can't victimize without being held responsible. It's clearly an indecent thing that happened, which has its accountability under our rules and what we believe in as the leading country on this planet. You have to show self-restraint, act responsibly, and follow the laws. That is all.